Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to do an episode more so like in out of respect for the YouTuber that tragically overall she ended her life. I didn't know how else to say it. I wanted to be as respectful as I can be with the conversation regarding her. But yeah, it was a YouTuber or content creator named Mikayla Raines. Yeah, and she was a pretty dope person. From what I've seen, yeah, she had this business where she was saving foxes. And yeah, I'm like, fam, how can you hate on this person? That's the stuff that be tripping me out. And that's why I'm more so doing this episode. Just not even talking, I will be talking about her and her situation. But overall though, just overall people needing to let go of whatever hatred you have towards somebody. It's not that serious, it's not that deep. I know you might not like their videos, what they're about, what they support, all that crap. And that's the thing where I'm like, even to talk on myself, because I know people would probably ask me that question, oh, there ain't no YouTubers that you hate. No, because I don't sit down and take the time to be out there hating on people. To me, I find it pointless because here it is. This person, let's just say if I wasn't a content creator, here it is, this person minding their own business, doing absolutely nothing to me. All they do is just exist. Why am I hating on them? That's the thing where it's like they are no different than the billions of people walking the face of this earth. What makes them so special? And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way towards Mikayla Raines, but I'm just saying the hate towards her was unnecessary, and it got to a point where she ended up taking her life over the hate and stuff. And I'm like, man, it trips me out because you don't see, from what I looked up, I seen nothing negative about this girl. It wasn't like she was caught up in some drama. It wasn't like she said something crazy. It wasn't like she did anything crazy. All she was doing was saving foxes. And so I don't know if it was that. So I did see this one Reddit post where the guy was he was criticizing her on her saving abilities and stuff. And then I seen where people were saying that she was being harassed because she suffers from autism. And I'm thinking to myself, either way, if it has absolutely nothing to do with you, why does it matter? I didn't know about this woman until today, until or it was yesterday, until when people were talking about her and her situation went viral. But I'm like, fam, let's just say, my thing is this. For the time being that she was here and she was doing content, she never bothered me. And I'm saying that's one thing I wouldn't say I pay too much attention to, but I do see some feel good stories where it's people where they're saving animals and all this stuff. If I did come across her videos a long time ago, I'm saying I didn't detect anything bad. I don't know, because I be coming across a lot of different content creators and stuff. So from other social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. So if I did see any of her content, my thing is this: she never did anything to I guess it got to a point where I took notice of it. And I'm not saying that I'm a spokesperson or I'm a king or I'm a guy oh, my word is this, and no, it's my thing is this: usually when stuff goes viral, when somebody does something really bad, yeah, you gonna most likely I am gonna talk about it. So fast forward to recently, she takes her life. This is the first time I'm hearing about her, and it ain't even something that she did. It's something that people did to her. Because what? You don't like her content? Okay, and that's the thing that be tripping me out, is that people be thinking that they have some sort of ownership over you because of whatever content that you do. I'm going to tell people this right now. You do not have no ownership over whatever a person, or say so, whatever, over what a person does on the internet. If that person wants to do videos of themselves saving foxes, or if it's something like me where it's reaction videos, gaming videos, or whatever, you do not have a say so in what I decide to do on the internet. And people be trying to they want to sit and argue. No, it ain't even up for an argument, discussion, none of that. You do not have a say so in what I do on the internet, point blank, period. And if you have a problem with it, then fam, go take it up with YouTube. Go take it up with Twitch. Go take it up with TikTok. Take it up with the higher ups and all that stuff. And if you ain't gonna do that, then fam, shut up and don't worry about my content. But you got where people out there where it's they want to have a say so bad. Like, just even talking on my own personal experience with hate and harassment and all that stuff. Like, that was the main thing. That was the reason was because over the content that I do, you know. And and then there's like been conversations of how I talk. Like, people had pointed that out, that I say like a lot when I'm saying a sentence, and I'm like, okay, how does it bother you? You still know what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, how does it bother you if I say like a lot in a sentence, or if I'm doing reaction videos, or if I'm doing gaming videos talking about whatever it is that I need to talk about? And that's the thing, where it's like every time when I tell people the reason on why I was getting hate for a little bit, they all have the same reaction. They're like, why does it matter? Like, why does it bother them so much? Like, even there was a friend of mine's that works, I'm pretty sure you guys remember why I be talking about that retro game store. But yeah, there's a friend of mine's that works in there, where me and him, we be talking on content creating a lot. And he'll ask me like questions about like hate, negativity, and all that stuff. And I tell him, like, yeah, I dealt with that, and told him the situation. It's always, and that's the thing that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to that day where I have a conversation with somebody that doesn't agree with the content that I do. Not no internet conversation, but a face-to-face conversation, and they don't like the content that I do. And I felt like there was a time where there was this, it was a customer at my old job, but that was the thing though. If she didn't like my content, she never flat out and told me she didn't like my content. I think she did try to like throw some like a little hit and jab or something. And I'm thinking to myself, like, ma'am, if you ain't straightforward with it, I'm not gonna understand what you're saying. So like little side comments, I understand direct conversations. But yeah, it was never a situation where I know that she was somebody, she had an attitude towards me. So I'm like, I highly doubt that she liked my content. But anyways, and that's the thing. I'm not unless somebody confronts me on some silly stuff, then yes, then I'm a confrontational person. But if you're coming to me and you're having a logical conversation, what reason do I have to be confrontational? What reason do I have to be aggressive? What reason do I have to be angry? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you ain't gonna sit down and have a logical conversation with somebody about whatever it is that they're doing, how do you expect them to look at you and take you serious on whatever it is that you're saying? You know, like, that's one thing about like the time frame, like, you know, just even in the like last drama that I got into with just the robot. And that was their main thing, that I didn't accept criticism. Why do I need to accept your criticism? The way that you guys approach me, do you honestly think that I want to accept anything from you guys? And I know they'll try to play that dumb, silly game like, oh, well, how did we approach you? That's something that I'm like, I'm not doing that with anybody anymore. You're not gonna play that dumb act like, oh, I don't know what you talking about. I'm not hearing none of that stuff. All right, so, but no, it's like they were trying to push off their criticism on me, and I'm like, no, I don't need your guys' criticism. My thing is this: the people that have subscribed to me, the people that do watch my videos, they don't have a problem with my content. So who do you think I'm gonna listen to more? My fans or some random people that don't even like my content? When you very well can leave and never watch my content again. That's the thing. I'm not going to lose any sleep over somebody not liking my content. Do you know how many people are walking the face of this earth and they don't even know who I am? Do you think that I'm going to lose any sleep over that? Do you think that bothers me? Do you think, fam, my thing is this: they got stuff going on in their life, and even if they don't, I still wouldn't expect them to sit around and watch my videos. Nobody is entitled to sit around and watch my videos. It is their God-given choice if they want to sit down and watch my videos. And all I ask for in return, if you sit down and watch my videos, respect it. You don't have to like my videos, but just respect that I'm here. Respect that I am sitting down, taking the time to work on my craft, be a better content creator, and everything else in the middle. But if you're going to sit around and hate on me, fam, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to anything. You can say some of the most, and that's something that I've like, fam, I've had people call me racist names. I've had people threaten my life. What else has happened to me? You know, like people like dislike, rate my videos, leave hate comments, attack my my friends, my fans. I've been through so much as a content creator, and that's the thing where I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, I see there's people wasting their time. Like, even with this, going back to Mikayla Raines situation, like, there was this guy on Reddit where I guess, I don't know if he was the main person that started all the drama or if he was just one of the people that got caught being a part of, like, hating on Mikayla Raines and stuff. But he pretty much doubled down on it. Like, he didn't try to apologize. He didn't try to, like, like, make it seem like he felt bad about the situation. He was trying to flip it on her fans for overall how they were reacting to the situation. Here it is. They're Mikayla Raines fans. They're never gonna see Mikayla Raines again. There's probably people that were like, man, I would really love to be a part of her organization, meet her, have a conversation with her, talk with her, be like her best friend or something. They're never gonna have that. They're never going to see her in a video again. They're never going to see any form of content of hers again unless they got some unreleased content of her. But other than that, as far as like more content future, eventually that content's gonna run out, whatever content that they do have of her and stuff. So at the end of the day, what is that person, what is that fan supposed to do? And that's the thing where it's like they didn't understand that. They didn't understand that they messed up. And that's the thing where you have people out there that they don't want to admit that. They don't want to admit because they can't take no accountability for themselves. They don't want to admit that they messed up. So all they can do is just double down on whatever it is that they did. And then they're like, oh, well, I guess that's just that. And I'm like, and so the funny thing is they go on to say that. So when they made this Reddit post, they pretty much doubled down on their behavior. And then they ended it off talking about, or somebody had responded to them, and then they responded like just overall going off on them for what they said and did. And then that's what they go on to say, like, oh, all of this stuff is gonna die off after a month. Fam, I think she had over 500,000 followers on Instagram. And then she had over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. And I don't know what the number was prior beforehand, but I guarantee and I promise you the more and more this story goes viral, because all I've been seeing now is a bunch of different tweets talking about her and stuff. So the more and more this goes viral, that means the more and more people that are going to subscribe to her channel, the more and more people are going to follow her organization on social media and things. And I guarantee and I promise you, people are going to find you. People are going to find your internet profiles. And that's why I said I did a video and I was like, the best thing that you can do, delete your social media accounts, because you obviously don't know how to handle them. My thing is this girl could have very well been alive today, still saving foxes, still improving her organization of saving foxes and stuff, but you guys want to harass and bully her on what like my question is what, and that's something that I always ask people, even in the times where I've been in dramas, what have I done to you personally? And what did she do to you personally? Because if she ain't did nothing, fam, she shouldn't. It should not be a situation where her friends and family are planning her funeral. And to me, I'm like, that's just the messed up thing about it. Like, I don't know if that was just, just talk or whatever, but I'm like, if and I think I did see where it was like, I think she was married and she had a kid. And so I'm like, that's something that you got to sit down and think about. This is a kid that's no longer going to see their parent again. This is a husband that's no longer going to see his wife again. They got to like now carry on their lives without her. All because you guys couldn't accept whatever it is that she was doing on the internet or whoever she is as a person. Because it bothered you that much to where you felt like, oh, I got to add my personal... Fam, who cares about your opinion? Who honestly... Who sat down and supported your opinion besides the haters that she already has? Other than that, random, and that's the thing that I try to encourage people to do. I'm like, fam, if you got that much hatred build up in your heart, like this was something that I was just recently telling a person that was like trying to carry on some hatred with me and stuff. But I'm like, fam, if you really feel that way, go out and about and tell people about how you hate me. Go to school, go to your job, go to your friends, family, your employers, boss, the district manager, the CEO, the owner of whatever job or company that you work for and stuff. Go tell your parents, tell your family dog, tell them about how you hate me that much, like where you sit around, you make videos about me, you make racist comments. Like, no, that's something that I'd like from this day forward, people, they leave racist comments. I'm like, okay, my thing is this. You don't even have to go to a black area, but I would prefer if you went to a black area and told them like, oh yeah, I leave racist comments underneath this guy's YouTube channel. Or if you're one of the Mikayla Raines, or I push this girl to suicide. Yeah, see how that you know how that works with people. See how won't people be chasing you down the street, be trying to fight with you because you did. I'm saying it's one of those things where it's like, do you see yourself approaching her husband and her kid and apologizing to them? Because if not, then it's like, fam, you shouldn't even have put yourself in that situation in the first place. So that's why I'm like, it trips me out how like people, for one, can be that insensitive to where they don't even care that this woman is no longer here with us no more. But it's like, here it is, you done took somebody away, and it's like they don't want to take no accountability for it. And it's like, no, this is on you. This is something that I warned people about. This is stuff like it's sitting down, it's coming back to me. I'm like, this is something that I've warned people about, that when you hate on a person and they don't have thick skin, they can't take that type of pressure and stuff. You hate on a person that bad to where it pushes them to do some stuff like that. Like, this is something throughout the 15 years I've been a content creator. It's never something that I thought of for myself, but it's something that I thought of where I'm like, man, like that could actually happen one day to somebody. And it did. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, you know, to actually see it, you know, happen and things, and to see like just where people are not like apologetic and they're not feeling bad over this and stuff. And I'm like, man, you know, you got some evil people out there to where it's like, yeah, but that's the thing though. That's something that they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life. They're all like, the thing is this. Yeah, let's just say if it did blow over after a month and this person wasn't getting, or they wasn't getting hate anymore. That's still something that you got to sit down and think about. That's you know, and I wish I would have said that in the video. I might just actually, well, I already had posted, well, I haven't like published the video, but I did upload it. But just even saying it now, like that's something that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life. You push this girl to killing herself because you don't like who she is, or don't like the content that she does, or how she runs her business. I think that's what it was. He was like, oh, I was pointing out some stuff that she did. And it's like, you had to, the thing is this, I feel like they were just saying that just in case of some new people see, then they're trying to like change up the story. Trust me, I've seen that with people that I've dealt with, where it's like they try to change up the story. And it's like, nah, tell the truth. Tell the truth on what really happened. Because the thing is Dave, you have fans, you'll have people that will literally catch you up in your lie. Strap yourself to a lie detector test. You think you'll be able to pass one of those? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, people, they're not ready for that accountability. They're not ready to actually take some responsibilities for their actions. And then they want to sit around and be all like, oh, well, no, bruh. No, there is no possible way you can defend yourself on this. None whatsoever. So that's something where I'm like, I hope for the rest of this, them individuals' lives that attacked this girl and caused this girl to do what she did, I hope this is something that eats at you, bruh. Not like, oh, for a little bit. Like, no, every second of your life. I mean, like 1, 2, 3, like every second of your life. It is just like it's playing over in your head over and over and over again. Maybe I could have did this. Maybe I could have said this. Maybe I should have just left her alone. Maybe too late for that. And that's something that you're going to have to live with. I'm telling you, it's right. Like, let's just say like right now you're like 23, 25 years old, right? And it's just like 10 years is going to pass by, but it's going to be the slowest 10 years of your life. That anxiety, all that stuff is going to be eating at you. It is going to be the slowest. And then once you finally do hit, like, let's say, like, yeah, you 23, 25, however old, you 35, let's just say you 35 years old now, right? 10 years later, everybody, like, let's just say, oh, Mikayla Raines, and that's the thing. You're going to think, like, man, you know, I'm finally doing better. I'm finally, you know, feeling a little bit better about myself and things. It's going to be that 10 years afterwards, right? Then you're going to see a post where it's like, oh, Mikayla, and it's going to just surprise you out of nowhere. And it's going to be, I think they said that she had a daughter. Then you're going to see a post where it's all like, of her talking about her mom or her graduating from school. And it's going to be somewhere. I don't know whether she looks like the dad or if she looks like the mom, but regardless, it's like, it's going to be one of those things where you see the daughter's face, and then it's going to be just just that cycle all over again. It's gonna be like things just eating at you. Like next year, it's gonna be something like next year where it's like you hear something that went down. It's just gonna remind you of this all over again. You are going to have nightmares. You are going to have issues sleeping at night. Like, you ain't gonna be able to form sentences and conversations and all this other stuff. Like, I know people have been, that's the thing where I'm like, no, don't even tell this, because I know, like, people have been doing that, like, telling the individuals that were involved of harassing and bullying Mikayla Raines, telling them to, like, off themselves and things. No, don't even say that. Just remind them every single day. Remind them every single day for as long as you find yourselves on the internet, or just yeah, it's just only gonna, take a few minutes in the, within the day and stuff, whether you're posting videos, whether you're commenting underneath this person's post, tweeting them, messaging them, whatever the situation is, let them know every single day you are the reason why this woman is no longer here with us anymore. You're the reason why a daughter is gonna have to grow up without her mom. A husband ain't gonna be able to see out his life without his wife and things. That's something that I want you to live with for the rest of your life. And I'm like, and that's something that I want the fans of Mikayla Raines to do. Don't even tell these guys to off themselves and things, because yeah, that's something where it's like, nah, don't live with that. Don't live with but making them feel bad, making them feel a certain way. Oh yeah, definitely do that. I'm like, my thing is this. I like them long-term punishments. I like them ones where it's like it really has you thinking, and it really has you messed up. So I know people are going to be thinking like, oh, that's wrong for me to say that. There's a woman that's no longer here with us. What do you think is more wrong? Me making a person feel bad about themselves for what they did to an individual that should still be here? Or there was like something that popped up on my computer. What was I getting there? Yeah, it's like whatever. It was this like notification that distracted me and things. But overall, I'm not gonna feel bad after this episode. I'm not gonna lose no sleep. I don't feel bad for any things I say to any of the people because there was a few names that were traveling around. I think it was mainly on Reddit. So yeah, if you guys see some stuff on Reddit, then yeah, start there. But I'm pretty sure you'll see who the individuals were, like in videos, Twitter, and all that stuff. So. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.